It's coming. Okay, there we go. There we
Hey,
go.
what's up? How y'all
What's
feeling
good?
today? This
Happy
is
MLK. It's a holiday.
beautiful Monday. Every day is good that you ain't gotta go into work to a place that you ain't trying to go to, man. But
Never lied.
yeah, if y'all haven't saw our new website, our rebranded website, go ahead and check out this banner right below us. Go ahead and visit WTFMA.com. I think you'll be pretty impressed by the upgrades that we have made. Me and E just kind of tackled it in 2 or 3 days. So if there's a few errors, we're just a two-man show, but hopefully y'all get some value from it. I know you will. And just give us some feedback in the comments and let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, let us know, y'all. Let us know. We definitely want all the feedback because we putting in this work, getting everything set up. Give me 1 second. I'm getting logged into everything, you all. You know how this goes with this technology. Share this
Yeah,
out, you all. You know, all y'all off work. Well, most of y'all off work, and you ain't doing nothing else. Go on and hit us up and jump on this live with us.
hey, today is a perfect day with most parents off and most of the kids are off. Or is this a school day off too for kids? I ain't
Yeah.
been. Cool, cool. So yeah, most of the kids off too. Parents, this is a great time for y'all to bond with y'all's young teens. Sit them down, watch lives like this, watch content like this, and share the experience of both of you all growing and absorbing similar knowledge to where you all can be more on the same page than what you were if you're just sitting down watching drama movies and just scrolling on your phone on social media, not actively trying to improve yourself. So hey,
Mm.
use this time where you all are rarely in the house together at the same time all day to really improve yourself and to really build your relationship.
Oh man, I couldn't have said it any better, bro. Um, so yeah, we got a heck of a topic, you all. MLK. I know everyone has their own personal thoughts behind Martin Luther King Jr. And how he was assassinated. He didn't just die; he was murdered. So we got to make sure that we say it correctly. But he would have been 95 years old today, and it's finally recognized as a national holiday, same as Juneteenth. So we're making a lot of progress, you all. And are things exactly how we want them? No. Is there still racism going on? Yes. Is there still? I mean, it's yes. All of that is happening, and I'll speak personally that I've dealt with racism from blacks and whites, and it's because I'm biracial. So for the whites, I was too dark. For the blacks, I was too light. And I got jokes from both sides and got humiliated, ridiculed by the adults and light skinned, soft dudes is light skinned. You know how the house Negroes versus the field Negroes, and you was a house. And man, I went through all that mulattoes and mutts and like, man, I literally never met my grandparents on my mom's side because I was too dark. My blood, my mama's mama, not 3, 4 generations, my mama's mama and daddy did not accept us. And actually, I got a story about that. My brother up under me is even darker than I am, which, I'm not that dark. He's darker. The last time we visited our grandparents, I was like 3 and he was 1. And they said I was light skinned enough, but he was too dark to be in their house. And that was the last time my mom ever had us around them. She didn't believe in racism. She didn't believe in any of that. We were all her babies, and she had all boys. But we grew up with this. And so these are some of the things that Martin Luther King fought against, where we could all be together one day and we can all do things together. And we've made so much progress, you all. Like, I want to tell people, and it hurts me when we talk about slavery and we talk about a lot of the injustices from the past. And I'm like, I get it, but we got to be able to move past that. A lot of people haven't dealt with that pain and that hurt, and they still hurt from it. And I mean, like, man, it's been so much progress that happened since then. What are we truly focused on? Are we focused on the progress, or are we focused on the fact that these injustices happen? Because they did. Again, I'm not saying they didn't. They did, and they still continue to happen from time to time. There's definitely injustice in the world. And it's not just against blacks. It's against Native Americans. It's against Indians. It's against Asians. It's just, that's the world that we live in. It's against the Jewish community. Like, man, this stuff has been going on from pretty much the beginning of time when we were separated. What was that? What, Dimitri, you know, you more biblical than I am. What was it when they changed all the languages? And it's a story.
That was the Tower of Babel story, I believe. When
And they separated us. And
yeah, I don't know the true details of it, but I know, like, around like the time of Nimrod, and when they were building the Tower of Babel, you know, they mixed up all the tongues of the people, as they called it, and, you know, dispersed us across the land. But yeah, we all came from one spot.
Ever since then, it's been a thing called racism and biasness and prejudice. Like, that's just part of the world we live in. And again, it's not to minimize what we went through, but it's to say, man, there's so much greatness that we could focus our energy on, that, man, we can do far more than we've done now. And I got some stats to share with you all, but I'm gonna pass this to Dimitri real quick. But I have some stats to share with you all about some of the progressions that we've made up to this point. So, and if you have any stories that you want to share, please jump in the chats, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you're on YouTube, any of the social medias. Share this out with your people. We're just having a conversation, you all, between two men that grew up in different generations. And my guy, Coach Dimitri, is in the South, even though Missouri is still the South. But you down there, you know where a lot of this took place with MLK. So no pressure on you, but.
Oh, no. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, and you know, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but I'm not much of a historian. But what I will do is show you all, just kind of like switch up the conversation to I'm more of a structure. E can shoot from the hip all day, and that's his gift. Me, my mind is so everywhere. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we could kind of dig into some points and really show off the new website that we've constructed. So can you see this, E? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
All right, sweet. Great. Yeah. So this is the blog portion of our website. It's WTFMA.com. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments below. But yeah, so this is our blog post. So every week we're going to be launching some value emails / blog posts on the website to be able to, start some conversations, give you all some action items to think about, and just to make some connections with real world current events, and make it something that, it's not tedious, but you can really get some value from it in a short period of time. As you see, this is it. It's not a whole lot, but I just want to kind of, touch a few points right here, since we are talking about MLK today. So dreaming big for our team. So yeah, definitely want to reflect on some of the values that MLK had, so we can apply those to be able to help our teams out. So MLK's legacy. So I have a dream speech. It's not about a civil rights movement only, but it's a timeless message about hope and inspiration, right? So as parents, how can we use his words to motivate our teens to dream big and work hard for their goals, right? It's all about what we can do as parents. Like, oftentimes parents are like, okay, our teen ain't doing this, or they're not listening to my example. But what are you doing as an example? Like, you can't just say, hey, do as I say and not as I do, parents, right? Like, we're working with and dealing with teens who are exposed to a lot more than what we were exposed to at that age. So their mindset is a lot more elevated. They are aware that life is more than what you're telling them it is. So if you're not at least walking the walk that you want them to walk, leading by example, then you can't expect them to really respect your authority at that age, even though they should. We all know how we were as teens, hard-headed. I know I was. I mean, he was probably a saint. I'm sure he was, man. But but I was definitely hard-headed, man. And even though it did take some reprimanding from my parents, and at the end of the day, I still respected the instruction that they were giving me, simply because they did take the path that they wanted me to take, even though I may not have wanted to go that full way all the way. So what I'm saying is, if you see that you have a dream for your child, a vision that you want your child to go in, you can't just tell them to do it. Walk the walk with them. Both of y'all hop on a call with me and E. Feel free to scroll down at the bottom of this website and contact us. Give us your name, email, and what you're dealing with, and also feel free to book a 30-minute session with Mr. WTF himself. So yeah, I don't want to hog too much of it, but that's just one point I want to make, and I'll go ahead and pass it over to Mr. WTF.
Hey, man, I love it, man. So appreciate that, bro. And what we're doing is part of the dream. Like, people don't understand that. Like, what we're doing is literally part of Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. Is we're helping young people. We're uplifting people. We're showing people like these signs back here that I am love. I am wealth. I am healthy. I am success. He wanted us to learn that. And I pulled up a stat, man, because I want to really bring some blessings to this, just like you just did. Because, I like to look at finances. And right now, Blacks in America make up 14% of the population. And these are not my stats. These are actually stats from AI. And yet, of the millionaires in the United States, and there's 21 million millionaires. Think about that. 21 million millionaires. We make up 8% of that population. 8% of the millionaires in the United States are Black, and our population is only 14%. I don't know about you, but back in King's Day, those numbers weren't nowhere near that.
Yeah.
We made so much progress, you all. Like, it's really gotten, hey, Losha, I see you out there, Queen. We've made so much progress in this world to where now we got actual Black billionaires. Like, King didn't even think about that. I mean, we were fighting to be able to drink at water faucets back in King's Day. Like, that's how much progress we've made as a people. Why? Because we continue to fight the good fight. We continue to push forward, and we're the greatest. And I'm biased, you all, so I know that the Native Americans will say they're the greatest, the Koreans, and they're supposed to. But we are the greatest people on this earth. We've been through so much. Hoses put on us, hangings, dogs, all of that. And right now, let me make sure I get this number correct, because I believe it's 1 point. Right now, there are roughly 1.76 million millionaires that are Black in the United States. 1.7 million of us. Man, look.
I'm about to be on that list real soon.
You hear me? Hey. But think about it. Think of how great that is. And I'm telling you, there was not, ChatGPT can't even give me the stats of the 60s of who were Black millionaires. It said, well, we can't find that information because it didn't exist. It didn't exist. And if there were millionaires back then, and I believe they were in the United States, It wasn't a lot, you all. Right now, we have billionaires that are Black. Not because they came from a rich family like most millionaires. They inherit the money from the parents. Most of us get it out the mud. You get it out the mud and become a billionaire, man. What's happening? What's going to happen in 20 years when these billionaires and this 1.76 million Black millionaires we have children, and they teach them about finances, and they teach them about how to keep their legacy going forward, and we start to create old money. Now, this is King's dream coming to fruition. This is what he wanted. And a lot of people don't realize this, because I've studied this, is that he became more of a problem once the civil rights movement turned into a financial movement. And they started talking about changing the finances. And they said, wait a minute. Now, it was okay you trying to fight for rights to drink at a faucet and to sit in the front seat and things like that. But now you actually trying to bring these people together and get some money too? Oh, no. Yeah, we can't do that. We can't deal with that. Because now you messing with the bottom line. And if you know what America has been built off of, it's capitalism.
E, let me ask you something, man.
Yes, sir.
So I'm of the opinion that maybe the reason why there are more Black people of wealth and Black millionaires, more specifically, as a percentage of the total population, I think that has been attributed to, us being privy to the different resources that's out there, technology kind of leveling the playing field also, because we've always been capable of creating things of value. But I want to ask you, like, what do you think why do you think more people of color have started to become millionaires over the past few decades? Like, what are some things that we can kind of pull from that so we could apply those characteristics and values to our life?
Bro, you got to understand the timing. A lot of people don't realize, man, that 50 years ago, women didn't have rights to vote. 60 years, like, we've progressed. I mean, fear was the big one. After slavery, it went from physical bondage to mental bondage. Mm-hmm. And they had us in mental bondage for a long time. And then different presidents, different rules, it was strategic to keep us down. But one thing about us is we are the cream of the crop, as I stated earlier, and the cream will always rise to the top. I don't care how much you try to hold it down. We are, because we come from kings and queens. It's part of our ancestry, bro. Like, they cannot keep it. Who's the fastest? Who's the strongest? Who's the most brilliant? Who's created more things? They didn't give us the credit for all the stuff we created. And now with technology being the even playing field, technology don't see black or white. It sees binaries. That's 1 and 0, either on or off. And once we moved into this technological field, then now things became even. Now it's not about race as much as it was. And a lot of these old folks dying off. A lot of these old slave masters, these baby boomers, they're dying off. They're losing control. And you millennials came with a whole different breed. The Gen Xers like me, we fought to survive. We didn't want to suffer. We wasn't about the slave thing. We came up in the NWA era. The gang, we were fighting. Like, no, y'all came with this brain. Like, wait a minute, we fought it. Y'all came on a whole nother level. The millennials, like, no, we looking at things differently now. And these Zoomers, man, look, it's progression, bro. And that's God. You can't remove God, because that would be removing us. You cannot do it. He lives through us. It's a part of who we are. And we came into the realization that, yeah, while we did go through that slavery, we went through these hard times. It's time to move forward to make sure we don't go through that again. And then here's the funny part is the white folks, I don't even like to say white folks, the rich folks, the ones in power, saw a different enemy. They said these blacks they cool. These people coming from overseas coming with it. So now we're struggling for power because, and I don't want to get too race focused on this because it's deep, bro. We'll probably have to talk about this off this camera because I don't want to offend anybody. But the whole point is we continue to fight the good fight. We continue to push forward. We continue to network with people like Losha, who turned me on to Decatur. We're in Decatur, helping uplift the youth. Just like this whole program is all about learning the formula to be successful with adulting and moving forward and investing and doing different things with crypto, like you teach a lot and things like that, and learning things to really allow ourselves, man, that's the crazy part. We went from whips and chains to whips and chains. Like, bro, we take the worst and make it something amazing. And they like, how the hell are they doing this? How the hell were they in the cotton field singing songs, working on them skills so they can get in the NBA? They can get in. How did they? Because you cannot hold us down, man. It's impossible. And that's why we here with the WTF, I'm always bring it back, because we're showing these young people, because we'll work with anybody. But up to this point, we definitely have been focused on the less fortunate, the minorities more than anything. And what we're doing is showing them that you are great. Why? Why are you great? You are great without doing nothing, because your God is great. I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to pass it to you, Demetri, because I know you chomping at the bit. We are such winners. Like, let me paint this picture for you all. We are such winners. We came out the gate winning. And when I say came out the gate winning, I mean came up out of your daddy's testicles winning. Why? Because you were a glob of 1 billion sperm, and you was that one that ran to that egg and said, I'm going to get it, and you won out the gate. And that's why you so great right now. There's nothing we can't do. We came out winning. And God said, man, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. I'm going to give you everything else. Jesus said, y'all, the worst of you going to do better than me. And he raised the dead. It ain't nothing we can't do. And that's what we teach here at the WTF.
Oh, man.
Playing with me, boy.
Boy, hey, y'all, do y'all hear that passion? There is no way I'm gonna just talk to y'all from this point till we close out, because I like, we have to bring the energy to a calm close, because if we close right now, y'all would just lose it, because y'all need some type of transition, because that was straight heat. But not everything you said, man, and how you said it is why they should be visiting the website to see that speech that you did on P2P stage and at the Love in Action. Hey, man, go to WTFMA.com right here, right now, and go ahead and check out those videos of my guy, Big E, Coach E. Now, this is just a sample. Like, we just do this for y'all, but hey, E charges a nice hefty fee to bless stages. So go ahead and check out some of his work. But yeah, y'all, some of this, so behind his head, you'll see I am inspired, I am love, I am wealth, I am success. And bro, like, I'm gonna just be straight up. Like, when you suggested that I start saying the I ams, like, just like that, yes. I've been, that word intentional again. I've been intentional about, just saying positive things about myself. I am wealth, things that I want, because we always say, I can't this, or right. I don't want to, or I don't feel. It's those negative affirmations are working against us. So we can't say that we want better in our life if we're speaking worse over our life. So those I am, that is the affirmation that I feel like everybody should at least adopt for a short period of time, just to test it out, because it really changes your whole psyche about how you feel about yourself. You'll walk around with your chest out, shoulders back, And it's something simple, y'all. And it's, and it's something that you should be doing, because if you feel like if you say that you love yourself, you should be speaking life into yourself, right?
Yeah.
And not death. Because we always say here on these webinars and podcasts, we always tell y'all, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And those who speak it will eat the fruit thereof. So you have to make sure that you're speaking life over yourself, and those affirmations are a good way to do that. And you'll start seeing little changes happen over the course of time. But like Big E always says, you got to stick to the big D, that discipline. You must be disciplined, because if you think it's like a magic trick and you're just gonna say it a day, 2 days, a week, I mean, like, you may see something in after like a week, but the point is not to see the results quickly. It's to create those habits of discipline, so that way that can carry you through any situation that you're going through. And that's something that that I've really found a lot of value in. Just the small tweaks in life. The I am wealth, I am peace, I am love. So I appreciate that, Coach G. That was a super bar.
Bro, like that's your guide. And that's what people don't understand. When you create these daily habits, it takes time, because you've been having daily habits of talking bad on yourself, going to bed thinking about the worst of the day, how messed up the day was and how messed up the next day gonna be. I gotta get up, I gotta do this, I gotta go to this job. You go to sleep with that on your mind. You telling your subconscious, prepare me for the worst. And what I ask everyone is, before you go to sleep, see yourself at your best, not what you have, but what you want. Do you want to be loved? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to be great? Then plant that seed in your mind right before you go to sleep, and preferably all day, but at least right before you go to sleep. Plant that in your mind and make this a habit every day. Set an alarm as you're going down from beta and you're getting into that alpha state and you're about to hit theta, and now you're in that subconscious with your brain waves. You can literally reprogram yourself with these I am statements. And if you look throughout the Bible, you look throughout the Quran, you look at whatever you looking at, the Torah, I don't care what it is. God said, I am that I am. Now replace that with whatever you want. I am perfect health. I am inspired. People tell me all the time, "Oh, I'm spiritual." Are you inspired? Are you in spirit? That's what the word means, in spirit. So you spiritual for real or not? So now we're saying if you're spiritual, create a ritual, which is part of that word too. And one of the rituals is saying I am throughout the day. King David said, be still and know that I am God. Like I am. Think about that statement, you all, and how great that is. Because whatever you declare, because this is more than the affirmations, this is a declaration. This is you declaring who you are and utilizing the power that you have. It's not outside of you, it's all within you. And when you get those I ams in place and you keep chopping at the wood, as Coach Dimitri say, chopping at the wood, because we built up our lives with all of these bad habits and we're on autopilot 95% of the time. And we say things we don't even think about. We say things that are so negative, and we make declarations over ourselves that you have to get out there and really understand that your words are powerful, because in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The word was God. Did you hear what the word, not the ghost in the sky, not this red goat with it, man, the word, the word was God. And what I'm saying is utilize your words right now. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what your education is. I don't care how much debt you got. You start utilizing your words right now, things are going to happen so organically. We make the mistakes because we put too much logic in life. We so brainiac that we got to figure out how to do it. We got to no, just say it's done. Now you're going to have to take action. But the very first action you take is by seeing it, Because if you don't see yourself winning, you will not win. I don't know if y'all caught that. If you don't see yourself winning, or even if you winning looks weird, even if you see it and you like, yeah, that don't fit in my world. I don't know nobody like that. It ain't gonna happen because you don't believe. And it goes back to the BS, as we always talk about here at the WTF. One of the first things we work on with our young people is that BF, because if you don't believe in yourself, then none of this is gonna work. It just won't. But hey, back to MLK. I love MLK and his movement and what the changes he brought about. And you got to realize something, you all. It's only been a handful of people that made great changes in this world. Most people are just ordinary folks. It's the extra with the ordinary, the extraordinary that makes the changes, not the ordinary. And we're going to need ordinaries because we need workers too. But let me be quiet, man. Hey, take us out, Dimitri, man. You know, I'll talk about this all day because this is in my heart. It's not scripted. I don't have no notes. Only notes I had was those stats on money that I had, but this is coming from me. Anybody that knows me, they know where this come from, and it could be at the gym, at the gas station. You can get it.
And that's why, hey, you are a great visionary, a great leader here at the WTF Academy. And y'all, why wouldn't you want your team who is struggling for motivation, inspiration, guidance, and support? Hey, they can get all that at the WTF Academy, being led by Coach E and Coach Dimitri, yours truly. So
yes,
I hope y'all enjoyed this extra live that we did. We're going to have another one on Wednesday. So this was just something extra just to kick our week off with some positivity and just something to think about, you know, kind of dipping back in the past before we spring forward into the future and make some really, really big moves. So
yes,
we'll see y'all Wednesday. And always remember, WTF not only means what's the formula, but it also stands for our mantra, which is winning takes focus. All right. Stay focused. Keep on winning, y'all. Peace.
Peace.